Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Crime Stories Obsessed. How are you all? How's everybody going on this UK lovely afternoon? It's a bit warmer today. Hello, Petulia. Hi, Robin. Muppets. Hello. So what's everybody saying? We want to talk today, first of all, about this photo and what was said in the initial call. Hi, Kelly. Can everybody hear me okay? Yeah. My microphone's lit up. That's always a good sign. So what's everybody saying? Hi, Emma. Hope you're feeling better. Having a booster tomorrow. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I've not had, well, I did have COVID right at the beginning, but to be honest with you, it's been more to do with fibromyalgia and ME. So I'm having a good day today, which is better. Hi, Steve. Nice to see you. 7 Alibis. I do like that name. It makes me laugh. 7 Alibis, and she's got none. She's going down. Okay, Dawn. Did you like my little American accent then? I think I do a quite good American accent. Girl, there's been a ton that's happened in recent weeks since your illness. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, Kelly, I've been listening to it all while I've been laid in bed or on the sofa. Pray you better. Thank you. Happy New Year, daughter of Scotland. Hi from Australia. Must be, what is it, nighttime there? What is it? Must be early morning there. Wet My Planties. Don't we just love that name? I saw Doug laugh at that yesterday as well when I was watching his stream. Okay, so this is the photo that we're going to be looking at today. So, can somebody tell me in the chat what time the call came in to the sheriff's office to report that Summer was missing? Does anybody know? Who knows the answer to that question? Because I keep getting varying and different answers. If anyone knows the answer to that, let me know. I'm just getting the information up here. If you can hear any noise in the background, it's just a boyfriend. Right, so people are saying 6:30, okay? 6:26, 6:30, 6:23, 6:23 to 24, 6:30. Okay, so we're around about the same time. We're looking between like 6:20 and 6:30, somewhere around that time, okay? Yeah. Okay, so.
Tonight, the radio scanner traffic from emergency dispatchers. The night Summer Wells disappeared. Take a listen.
Scanner off of 110, 110 Midhill Road off of Beach Creek. Should be the first residence on your right. Reference to a missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home. Now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Again, audio.
Okay, so we've all heard that before. And I still trying to get my head around this she went for a walk crap, to be honest. I don't know about you, but it annoys me every time I hear it. Okay. So we've listened to the transcript audio that the authorities say happened on the day Summer went missing. We've all heard it. They described where the house was, and they were saying in reference to a 4-year-old. The parents have advised that the mother went for a walk, came home, and now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her for about 10 minutes now. Okay, so that's what was said. why would she go for a walk without her children? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Candace going for a walk? I don't understand that, unless they meant she'd gone for a walk looking for her, because she's too lazy. I mean, first it was a run, then it was a walk. Yeah, behind the veil, I believe it's all lies too. Cher says that she was wearing something different. Yeah, so we're going to get to that in a second. So they described her, the initial reports for the investigation, for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, reported that they were looking for a 5-year-old female, white, with blonde hair and blue eyes, 3 foot, weighing 40 pounds, from Rogersville, Tennessee, 15th of June 2021. And there's no description there of what she was wearing. It said the parents of the missing Tennessee girls address some questions of the apparent inconsistencies surrounding their daughter's disappearance. I wish they would. Summer Wells 5 was reported missing from her East Tennessee home on the 15th of June, sparking a massive multi-agency search for the remote, densely wooded area near her home in Hawkins County. Authorities had ruled out foul play, but have not named any suspects or persons of interest in the investigation. And last week, a spokesperson for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said that Summer's parents, Dawn Wells and Candace Bly, have been cooperative. The spokesperson said that the circumstances of Summer's disappearance remain unclear. You see, I can't understand how they can remain unclear. How does a 5-year-old disappear and nobody know? When you've got 2 parents, well, a grandma and a mother, stood outside, and they expect us to believe that somebody just either drove up or ran up somehow into the property, grabbed a 5-year-old without making any noise or kicking or anything, managed to get her down that driveway or down that wooded area without anyone knowing. It's a complete load of shit, and I just don't agree with any of it. But then she said to the news media, I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes. We saw that interview where they were sat together initially outside the house just after Summer went missing. So why did it say on the dispatch call that she'd gone for a walk or a run, which either, when she's then said in her first interview, I don't go on walks or runs around here because I'm too lazy, I should say, but it says I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes. I mean, what? Hi, Oreo. Feeling a little bit better today. I'm having a good day today. The pain is really is good today. It's only about a 4 out of 10. And then you think you're getting better, and then you have a couple of days where you're back to normal again, and it's not good. But anyway, we're getting there slowly. I'm hoping to get back to work sooner than they have said, but I'm going to go by what my occupational health think and everything. Anyway, moving on. So she said in an earlier interview clip that she was away outside of the home for just 2 minutes before she found that Summer was missing. So do you believe that? It took 2 minutes. Why would you even check on her after 2 minutes? So she'd gone into the house to see her brothers, to go down into the basement, but she went to check on her after 2 minutes. I mean, that would just sound a little bit over the top. She's not one. You don't have to watch her crawling around to make sure she's not, picking something up. Why would you check on her? Why would you notice after 2 minutes? Hi, Angram. I've got fibromyalgia. I've been diagnosed with ME by the doctor, and I'm just having a rest from work at the minute because I've been in a lot of pain, but we're getting there. So they said it's unclear why authorities apparently believe that Summer vanished while her mother was on a walk The dispatcher believed that Summer was 4 years of age when actually she's 5. And then Don Wells, he addressed various social media criticism, saying that, I'm sorry I used past tense. So we've discussed this before, where every time you say something to him about how he's acted or what he's said, he changes it to fit the narrative. Hi, Vu. Yeah. And all he could say was, oh, I'm sorry about that. Well, we're not interested in you apologizing to us. We want the truth. And during the interviews, the parents just keep making repeated references to the church and their Christian family. I mean, who believes that they've got anything to do with it? I don't know. I go back and forth. I don't think so. I mean, the parents spoke in past tense through that interview. And the mother, we heard her, we heard Candace. We don't even need to listen to the interview again, where she kept saying she loved Frozen and she loved to play in the mud. She was the boss of the family. Was liked. I could never imagine if my daughter went missing, ever letting my head go to that place, that they were never coming back. Anne says, I honestly don't think Don had to stay away because of CPS. Candace has the history of child. Yeah. It's just what I was told, and I was like, I'll bring it to everybody's attention, my last live, and tell everybody what's been said, and they can make their own mind up. And then they both said that they'd pass these lie detector tests. I mean, Sheriff's Office hasn't come out and said that. I think Chris M kind of smirked a little bit when somebody asked him if they had, leading us to believe that maybe they hadn't at one point. I'm not really sure if they did or not, but they both strongly deny having any involvement in their daughter's disappearance. So, getting back to what we said at the beginning, and the fact that she was reported missing at, we said, didn't we, about 6:20, 6:25, 6:30, sometime around that. Okay. So look at the time on this photo. So this is taken from my thumbnail of the video I made a few months back. Now just ignore the picture of the brain, scratching the brain, because that was me kind of for my thumbnail. And then I've shoved this in the middle of the photo. And this was her post. Now, when Summer went missing, the first thing I did was go across to found her mum's Facebook page, and I screenshotted every single thing I could find. Every photo of Summer, every photo of the kids, every photo of her and Don, every screenshot she ever uploaded, everything. Even things that she'd just shared. And then this was one of them. Okay. Now, at the time, I didn't notice this initially, but as I went back over the photos, I noticed that this one had been taken on the 15th of June at 6:00. It looks like a 6 to me, 6:05, 6:06 p.m. Okay, so this photo was uploaded, and I don't believe any of that crap about how these photos, you upload them, but then they don't upload. And I know they have internet problems, but they seem to be able to go on live every night fine and not get kicked off every 2 minutes. So I believe that this photo was uploaded on the 15th of June at 6:06. Okay. So if this was uploaded at 6:06 on the 15th of June, and if you actually see the proper photo, which you might have seen on other channels, you can see the boy, but I've clipped it so we haven't got the photos of the boys' faces in. But there's the oldest boy there on the left. There's a younger boy, I think it's the youngest one, in the middle there. And there's Summer here in a little purpley blue dress. You can see her skinny little arm there, and I've put a circle around it so you can see. So what happened on the 15th of June between 6:06 and 6:25 when Summer went missing? What happened? We only have a 15-20 minute window. Oh, thank you, Kelly. That's really kind. Thank you. She says, Emma, did you hear Don tell Ziggy that he lost his daughter after just getting her back? Call aired on and yeah, I did. And me and Kat were talking about this the other day, and we were discussing and saying, what did he mean by this? Like, what? Why would he say that? We just got her back. Just got her back from where? I mean, I know she'd gone to, where was it, with the family? I think she'd gone with her mum somewhere. Was it to Wisconsin? I'm not quite sure, but it was somewhere on a little day trip, and they went to that museum the week before, but and all the kids went. But you wouldn't say that, oh, I've just got her back, or you'd say, I've just got them all back. She'd been somewhere. Somebody had either taken her, or her mum had maybe dropped her off somewhere because she'd had enough. And then, Don had said, no, she's my baby girl, and went and picked her back up. Who knows? Who knows? VZ said, I've learned in many psychology class regarding, oh, your pictures jump, regarding the language, in that our brain will automatically speak in the correct tense so that you have to make effort to speak incorrectly. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. He has been on so many channels, and despite the fact that he manages to try and create a narrative for himself, if he's talking quite openly and he's thinking about what people are saying, what Ziggy's saying, what people are putting in the comments, it's going to come out the way that it should, because he's not concentrating on every word. So I do believe that the two things was going on there. It was either true what he meant, and maybe Candace had got rid of her the week before, and he was like, my baby girl, maybe because she was jealous. It's my baby girl. We need to get my baby girl back. Where is she? Where is she? Threatened her, and maybe went and got her back from wherever he'd taken her, maybe through jealousy. I don't know. Either that, or he was trying to create more drama on YouTube. Yeah. I'm just reading Anne Graham's comment there. Beautiful Chaos says, I bought very little stock. In the polygraph, yeah, it's just used as a tool. It's a misspelling call. Yeah, so they could, if they wanted to, try and work out how to lie through it. And I mean, Don is a pretty good liar, I think. I mean, even though we do see through a lot of it, I think he's quite a good liar. And he's been in prison. He knows exactly what to say, what not to say. I mean, I know he's not the most smartest person in the world, but I think he does slip up. I mean, some of the things he said and the way he gets drunk and then comes out with, I've got 7 alibis and Candace has got none. She's going down. And you just think, what? Yeah. Sarah says, Candace thinks she's getting away with it. Yeah, well, she's getting her confidence up now. I've noticed there's a channel called Alicia Claire or something. And Candace has been going on live on there for the last couple of nights. I mean, don't get me wrong. She said absolutely nothing that would, she's just saying hi, smiling a lot and agreeing. She's not really saying anything that we can use. I think she's been very careful, but I think her confidence is coming out now as time goes on. Eve says, Emma, I found an interesting article about fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. And Candace checked about 90% of the behavior diagnostic checklist that they have. Basically, empathy is non-existent. Yeah. God, I love psychology. You need to send me that. crimestoriesobsessed@gmail.com. Right. I'll get to you, Kelly, 1 second. I'm just going to post the StreamYard link in the description if anybody wants to come up and chat with me about this. Kelly, oh, thank you. You're so kind. Thank you. Happy New Year's sweets for Penny. Oh, she'll really love that. I'll tell her she'll be really excited. She's like, Mom, can I go live on your channel? Can I go live on your channel? I'm like, Penny, what are you going to talk about? This is a true crime channel. She's like, I'll just talk to everybody. Oh, God. Yeah, I'll get her some sweets with that. She'll be really happy. Thank you. Thank you from Penny. She's at her dad's at the minute. Yep, 65 likes and there's 197 in the chat, guys. Come on, hit the thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, so getting back to it. What happened between 6:05 and 6:20? So this is what I think, okay? I think that this was an accident. Now, many think she didn't even arrive home. She didn't get out of the car. Maybe she did. Maybe she did get out of the car. Now, this could be an old photo that she just uploaded for whatever reason, but I don't think so. She looks around about the right size. You can see her thin there. She's got a little dress on. I think that this photo was taken. You know, Candace, she liked taking photos. And I think that something happened with the boys. Now, you can take it or leave it. I don't know when it comes to Jodie Sue. I don't know what I believe, what I don't believe. And the only reason I say that is because there's certain things that have come out that have only just been said. And I'm like thinking to myself, but why wasn't that said at the beginning? You know, so that's why I'm a bit dubious, because it's like, well, what's true and what's not? And I don't know. And I don't know the woman, and I don't know enough to comment. But she said recently that she heard Candace screaming, saying to the boy, to one of the boys, what did you do? What did you do? Okay. So if she was shouting, what did you do? What happened? Thank you, beautiful chaos. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. That's really nice. Thank you. It's really, really kind. So if something did happen and she did actually hear that, and she heard Candace shouting, what did you do? What happened between 6:05 and 6:25 when she rang law enforcement to say she was missing? Was there an accident? Did she fall down the stairs? Did she get locked in that fridge playing hide and seek? Did she fall off something? Or did she fall out of a tree? What was going on? Was she unconscious? Now, I don't think if she'd have passed away, I think the dogs would have been able to sniff some evidence of, you know, what had happened. They would have barked. Now, we haven't been told this information, because if they had have done, would TBI have told us that? I don't know if they would, because there's very little evidence anyway. If the dogs had have barked to say that they'd found something, would TBI be telling us this information? I don't think they would. I think that would be some information that they would be keeping safe. So it could be that they did bark and they did find something. Who knows? We're not going to know anytime soon. Okay. So I'm questioning. Oh, sorry, the phone's ringing. Add to stream. Hello, Navis True Crime.
Hi, Emma. How's things?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. I was just the Facebook photo that was taken at 6:06.
Yes.
Now, there's a chance I have two screenshots of that.
Okay.
One at 6:06 and one at 5:06.
5:06.
So Facebook won't show you the time it was uploaded. It will show you the time relative to your area. So, like 6:06 doesn't really make any sense because she would have been out on the hill searching. So I think the 5:06 makes a lot more sense. And like, where would you be relative to say Candace's area? You know, would you be in a different time zone? Would it be an hour difference?
Are you in Ireland?
I'm in Ireland, yeah, but the screenshots I got aren't from. I didn't take them myself at all. I got them off someone else, but I have two separate screenshots. One saying 5:06 and one saying 6:06.
Yeah, and because she's deleted it, it would be very difficult for us to go back and see. I think whatever happened took place around 4:30. Candace probably left. I mean, there's a chance she never got out of the car when she arrived home after the swimming hole. Who knows? But yeah, Kelly says you can't trust the time. I just think it's strange.
Oh, I'm off to losing now. I can't hear.
my gosh, guys, I'm getting kicked out of my own stream. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Just taking some more painkillers while I was waiting to come back on. Can you all? Yay! Oh, thank you. I was pressing on, it just went off and it said, please try again. I was like kicked out of my own live. And then I was clicking on StreamYard in Google and I was just clicking on it and like nothing was happening at all. Just completely got kicked out of my own live. So embarrassing. Oh my God. Right, we're back. Okay. So there's something else I want to talk to you about in a minute as well, which is may shock a few of you. It's not to do with Summer Wells' case. It's literally to do with YouTube and all of us creators. Yes, you're back. My little friend's back. Can you hear me okay?
I'm back. I thought it was my sound that went. That's why I panicked and jumped out.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, have you got a channel as well?
Yeah, no, it's only a small one, but I just did a little video on that yesterday.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out was it 506 or was it 606, because I know it's reported as 606, but I do think 506 makes a lot more sense than 606, because everyone would have been out about looking. But it's also something I think people just overlook it. People are like, oh, you can't trust it, you can't trust the Wi-Fi, which I think is bull. Like, this happened. She took this action for a reason. She deleted it for a reason.
Yeah, she deleted it for a reason, because she did leave a lot of photos still up and a lot of posts still up. So it's like, well, why delete this one? If you want to put your link in the chat so people can go across and check your crime channel out, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, it's just my name.
Just your name.
Yeah, but just Novelist True Crime. You'll probably find it on that.
Yeah, cool.
But I was speculating that maybe the reason for that upload would have been because I know Jodie Sue said she heard a scream at 4:30, 20 to 5. If that scream was actually Candice finding Summer outside and not actually Summer herself, then that post to Facebook might have been done
on purpose.
When Candice was at the furthest distance from the house, just trying to give herself a shitty alibi to put herself back in the house.
Yes.
Because it's bang on, kind of in between the scream and in between her going missing.
Yeah. So they came back like 3:30. She's messing around outside. She falls off some board, or she was in the fridge, or she fell down the stairs, or something happened. And you don't have to be bleeding to have an injury. You can have an internal bleed. You know, you can bang your head from falling down the stairs and there might not be any evidence of any bleeding, but you can be unconscious. You can, you know, or they're playing out in the field and something happens, or one of the boys hurts her for whatever reason. We just don't know.
And I know one of the boys told the TBI that night that they were playing hide and go seek. So, like, I was speculating as well, did they... You know, the way, like, if Summer came home and if she was kind of, the lads were on YouTube, if she was annoying them, they might have saying, come on, Summer, we'll play hide and go seek. And they didn't go seeking. They just wanted to get rid of her while they watched YouTube.
Yeah.
And she went and hid in some old fridge freezer or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was that fridge freezer, wasn't there? That was outside. You know, they could have, you know, I was thinking that, did she like disappear playing hide and seek? Because they were playing a game of hide and seek, weren't they? Well, some people say that it was a hide and seek game on, was it like the boys were playing a game on the computer?
I think they were playing Minecraft. They were watching Minecraft videos on YouTube. And if you've ever seen anyone watching them, they just kind of get locked on. You know, they could be doing that for hours before you'd be able to drag them off it.
Yeah.
But even out in the swing, like there might have been an accident out in the swing where she accidentally hung herself. Just something. I do think it was an accident, but
yeah. Oh, they've swung her. They've gone to swing her, and she's hit her head on the tree.
Yeah.
You know, really hard. Because when I watched her swinging backwards and forwards, she was getting pushed quite fast. She liked it, and she was going quite fast. But I mean, whoever was pushing it was obviously an adult. And so I, you know, if it had been a child swinging her, and obviously not realizing you need to swing in one direction and be careful, because my little girl's got one of those swings, and you've got to be very careful. You're pushing them in the right direction, because eventually they start swinging into the tree. You know, smacking her head, or, you know, and something's happened, and she's thought, oh my God, she's screamed because she's found her. And that's what Jodie Sue heard. But I mean, she also said she heard one of the boys saying something along the lines of, what did you do? What did you do? I mean, a lot of people say, oh, don't believe Jodie Sue, and I don't have really an opinion as to whether I believe her or not. I don't know, because I don't know her, you know.
The scream is the one thing she has been fairly consistent about. And I did put the question to her last night, because she was on, I think, Tiffany Marie's panel. And I was like, could the scream have been Candace? And she just said she doesn't think so. She definitely doesn't think it's the boys, because it just wasn't the sound of the boys. Like, the first thing she thought of, it must be one of the boys, because they were down so far on the creek, so she didn't even think about summer. And but like the fact that, like, she would obviously have some bit of confirmation bias towards Candace. She was friends with her at the time. She would have been, I don't know, it's just a strange one, but she is very consistent about her and the scream and her 3 kids kind of stopping and listening to it.
Well, I mean, when I was talking to Grandis that week, I spoke to her like 4 or 5 months ago. I asked her that, you know, I said, did you hear a scream? I said, you were outside, you know, that woman saying that there was a scream. Did you hear it? And she said, no, I didn't hear it. Now, Grandis was outside. Her camper's outside. She's not in a soundproof room. You know, if there was some sort of scream, Grandis would have heard that.
Yeah.
She would have been like,
I think Candace tried to say that she would have been inside with the boys at the time, so that's why she didn't hear it. But there's no excuse for Grandis.
Yeah.
There were actually asking questions last night. You might know. Sorry for cutting you off, but like they were, because they were saying that Grandis. Now, I know she had a knee brace, but she didn't participate in any of the searching initially. She wasn't there, because I think she got caught out in a lie. She didn't realize Jodie Sue was there, and she was telling other people about the frantic searching before Candace kind of shut her up, because she knew that Jodie Sue was there, and Jodie Sue knew that Grandis wasn't searching down by the creek when they were all there. So I think there's some questions about where she was exactly as well. Just when they started searching, because people don't recall seeing it. No, she does have a knee issue, so she was probably a bit of PTSD from her own daughter going missing as well, you would imagine. Like,
yeah. Well, she said to me the reason why she'd left was because she just couldn't cope with it all, the stress. I mean, it would make sense if she was holding something back and she just didn't want to deal with it all, because Candace had said, look, you know, this has happened, or she was there at the time and it was just too stressful, you know, bringing back memories of Rose, or I don't know. But, you know, it just seems strange that photo was deleted. It was uploaded. It came through here anyway as 5:06, which is around about the same time that you would think for it to be true, like you said, just before she went missing. So what happened between that time? So it kind of makes you think, well, she did get home then at that point. She did get home if they're taking a photo of her and uploaded it.
I don't think, and that's another thing about the photo. No, I didn't see it myself, but somebody was saying that this actually isn't a photo of that day at all. The photo was uploaded on that day, but the photo is from a couple of weeks back, because the kid's hair was a small bit longer or shorter in it. And I think she was taking a picture because one of the boys, was he going to a hockey match, or the uniform that he had on anyway. So I don't think the photo was actually taken on that day, but it was uploaded on that day. But my speculation would be, is it just to try and put herself back in the house at 5:06 when she was 30 minutes down the road?
Yeah. hearing?
No, obviously TBI know everything because that would all be in the metadata of the actual photo itself.
Yeah. I don't know why our names are not coming up under our little thumbnails, but if you want to know who this gentleman is, his channel name is NAVILLUS True Crime. Navulus,
yeah.
Navulus True Crime. I don't know why our names have not come up, but anyway. Peter says, I'm late in, possibly not timely. Has anyone considered the photo? The truck with the milk was a total ruse, an accidental photo. I don't know. I mean, I've looked at that photo and I've got a bit of medical knowledge, and she doesn't look to be gone there in that photo, should we say, but she does look like she's like peripherally, as we'd call peripherally shut down. So like her peripheries, her outer extremities seem to have shut down. She's very pale. She's got the purple on her nails. So, but it would make you think, if she'd found her unconscious, why would she take a photo of her in the back of the car, unless it was to make it look like she was asleep, upload it, and then make us all think that she was okay?
Yeah, her hand does move as well. No, people were saying it could be a speed bump or something like that, but in the two separate photographs, I think her right hand is in a different location.
Yeah. But for anybody that's coming in, guys, what we've been talking about so far is this photo, the upload time at 6:06, is it? And the fact that Summer was in it. And if so, what time did the call come in? We're saying around about 20 past. So about 15 minutes after this was taken. And so what happened within that time frame? That's what we're discussing at the minute. And whether this photo was taken before, whether it was uploaded for a reason to make it look like like an alibi, you know. But if so, you would have thought she would have uploaded it. Well, no, you wouldn't upload it after the call, would you? Because that just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, and I was thinking, was it just at the time when you're at the furthest distance from the house and you're just in a panic trying to put yourself back in the house at that time? Which,
Yeah.
like, then, but then you kind of get into things like, how far could she get on foot if she used a car? Surely the cadaver dogs would have picked up on that, you know.
Yeah.
I know Summer was very small as well, maybe, and if she was moved fast, I don't know the ins and outs of that, but you would imagine so.
Thank you, Mystic Row, for becoming a member. It's nice. Nice of you. Thank you. So when she went missing, there was a bit of confusion over what she was wearing. They said that she had the grey pants, the pink shirt, as we've seen in the car, blonde hair, cropped short. But yet they uploaded the photo of her in the red dress with long hair. It just didn't make any sense why they would give the TBI or the sheriff's office a photo of her with long hair when it was like they were. I mean, are they just stupid, or were they trying to, like? I mean, surely the TBI must be thinking, what were they doing giving us that photo? And she doesn't look anything like that.
Yeah. Although I was thinking, actually, last night I was looking at the little boy Michael Vaughan.
Yeah.
And the fact that they didn't put out an Amber Alert there, like they must have believed in something to say that, because it's a high threshold to get the Amber Alert out. Usually they have to have a car and a description of a car and everything, but they out pretty fast for Summer. Now, was that the fact that Dawn and Candice were just screaming that it was an abduction? Which might have been the best thing they could do, because if that Amber Alert didn't go out, we mightn't even know about it, you know.
Yeah,
but it would just make you think, the fact that they did put the Amber Alert out, but then at the same time, they've always said that there's discrepancies in the timeline and they don't have a complete timeline for that day.
It's just crazy. I mean, no wonder everybody thinks that they are involved. I mean, first of all, they give the sheriff's office the wrong photo that looks nothing like her. Then they say she was wearing one outfit when clearly in that photo that apparently was uploaded just before Summer went missing, she was in a dress. Then they've got a photo of her in the car wearing a different outfit. Then the mum says she went for a run, or was it a walk? Then she turns around and says she never runs and walks in that area because of coyotes and things. So it just doesn't make any sense to me.
No, like even I think someone had a look at the Snapchat photo, and that was taken about 10-15 minutes from the house. So like they were home at 3:30 that day. They weren't, the police weren't called till 6:30. That's a 3-hour gap. And if you're talking to Candice, she talks as if everything happened in 10 minutes. They came home, helped grandma with me, took in the milk, planted flowers, and someone was gone. Like that doesn't sound like 3 hours to me, you know?
Yeah.
2.5 anyway, at least.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't make any sense. So when everybody's saying, why do they think Don's involved? You know, well, that's the reason, because it just all changes so much. So often. Like, hi, Eve.
Hello everyone.
Hi, sweet. You okay?
Yes, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm the pain seems to be a lot better today, so we're getting there. Hopefully I'll be back at work soon. Desperate to just get back to normal.
I totally understand that.
So what do you think to all of this? The photo being uploaded at that time, the shouting for what have you done, apparently, to one of the boys, the scream, grandma saying she didn't hear it. What do you make of all that?
Well, there is so many things about June 15th that do not make any sense, especially the timeline. There's a 2 to 3 hour window that we aren't sure of, right? And all of these things that kind of play together sounds like a cluster, a whole entire mess created on purpose, in my opinion. It feels like it's intentional to be so chaotic, because if you think about the way that Dawn and Candice has lived with 4 children in their home, nothing makes sense. It is not okay to have, a filthy house, and there's just so many things that make it seem like it's on purpose for it to not make sense. And so every little thing that we dissect, there's a reason, because it doesn't add up to what normal behavior is for parents. So I think that it's intentional. Every little thing, especially deleting that photo on Facebook, that was a big red flag to me. Why would you do that?
Yeah, and we've seen it all the way along, though. I mean, at first we were like, oh, what's going on? But it's carried on with the narrative. Let me just write this. I'm just putting your names in the comment section so everybody knows, because it's not coming up with your names. So we saw it at the beginning, didn't we, about the run or the walk, and I mean, they wouldn't make that up on the dispatch call. They're not going to make that up. So then she's saying that she didn't, but it isn't just the beginning that doesn't make sense, because all the way along they've been writing a narrative, haven't they? It's like making up all this stuff all the way along. It just...
Right. And I'm wondering, because the Warrior Park trip, I think that there's something missing there that we're not thinking about, as well as the trip to the hospital and Grandma Candice. Where was she? There is no talk about Grandma very much, and that's concerning. Why is there not any more information about her outside of her just not speaking? There's something there.
Yeah. And last night, she was on this channel, this Alicia channel, and they were doing like, she wasn't really an interview. They were just chatting to her. There was nothing said really of any relevance. She was just saying hi and what have you. But this lady was saying, oh, where's Grandis? Like, well, I didn't call her Grandis, I call her Grandis, but like, where's Grandma? Like, let's talk to Candy. Let's see Candy. And Candace was just saying, oh no, she won't be on camera. She won't speak. She won't talk to anyone. But she was like that from the beginning. She just didn't want to know. I mean, as soon as this happened, she disappeared. When I asked her why, it was like, oh, I'm depressed. It stresses me out. I can't deal with it all. That's what she said, which is very narcissistic. Like, what about me? How do I feel? Not about how your daughter is, and how much you might feel if for instance, she was telling the truth, which makes me think that Grandis knows that they're not telling the truth and that they're involved, and she just went away because she was like, right, I'm not dealing with this right now. I can't deal with you.
But even at that, like, I know my own mother, if one of her grandchildren went missing, they would not stop searching. Like the two of them, didn't they call over to Hunter the next day to kind of get his story straight?
Especially if I had a daughter whose case wasn't solved, that would give me even more empowerment to find my granddaughter. I'm sorry. That's just normal behavior. I would think that 95% of people would agree that you would even be more indignant to find Summer Wells if your own daughter was missing and her case wasn't solved. But that's just me.
What's this comment here? Please stay on topic. There are many lives devoted to Gabby Petito, but not this one. Don't really understand.
Do you know, I have another, I don't know if you know as well, the neighbours who wouldn't allow the TBI to search their grounds. Like, who do we know? Is that a big area? Is there many neighbours like that? Because that's kind of information that we don't have. We know the search was huge, but is there holes around that search that just don't?
Well, if they're not
I don't know the laws around it. But
I mean, if they're not going to let people in, it's their private land, and they need a warrant, don't they, to get in there? And to get a warrant, you need to think for some reason that there's something going on that property, that it needs to be searched. And without evidence or proof of what's going on there, they can't justify a warrant.
A bit of pressure, though. Like, people are there and they're going protesting the TBI and stuff like that. Like, why don't they? Like, I know it's probably not nice, but why don't they try and reach out to the neighbours who haven't allowed TBI to search their grounds and just ask them why? And can they? Do you know, might get somewhere then. Like,
yeah, but it would mean them stepping on their property, and you know what people are like. It's not like knocking on. Sorry, the cat's just running around. It's not like knocking on somebody's door over here, like in the UK and Ireland. These people over there, they have quite large land, and their houses are set back. So you'd literally have to step on the property and walk up to the driveway to get there. And, you know, people have guns and all sorts over there. It could be dangerous, couldn't it?
I mean, the FBI can do so many things that override your constitutional rights. Why would we not allow them to do that with a missing child?
Exactly.
That's kind of questionable, and maybe that's something that we need to work on with missing children. You know, the FBI being able to go onto property for a short amount of time to find a missing child. I don't see that that's unreasonable or severely unconstitutional. It's no different than other things that the FBI can do, like surveillance and such other things like that. So that's very questionable and something that I think,
especially if you're not going into their home, like just the land outside, and if there's there like outbuildings or something like that, I don't see how anyone could oppose that if you're looking for a missing child, like.
Because that would give someone time if they were hiding something on their private property and they have to go and get search warrants. Sometimes those can take weeks depending on what's going on. And that's plenty of time to move things or, you know, whatever.
And if you know the area and you know the neighbours, you'd probably have a fair idea who wouldn't allow the TBI on their land. So if you were going to hide something, it would be on their property, wouldn't it?
See, there's a lot of drug things, meth labs, and people growing things, doing things they shouldn't be. They're not going to want anybody on the property, I guess. Yeah.
Well, Joe just said, because when they find evidence without a warrant, then what? Well, they would specify that within the context of the law, that anything and everything that they find within that specific time frame can be used as evidence. They can do that if they tap into your phone or your information. They don't need a warrant. If there's something that they find that is questionable, they can charge you right now. So what's the difference between going on your property and trying to search for a missing child? It's no different than what's already going on.
And they haven't come out and said, they just said there is people, but they haven't been specific about the areas or anything, I don't think, have they?
That would be nice to know, but I'm sure we could just find them, right? Like whoever's living on.
I don't know whether the TBI would give that, or the sheriff's office would give that information out.
Dom would have no problem giving it out. He's giving out neighbours' names left, right, and centre. It seems at the moment. So
yeah, true.
But just people going in all sorts of directions. I really think if they just focus on 2:30 to 6:30, like that's where the answer is. The answer is in there somewhere, you know.
Yeah. I just love to know what was going. Do you know, if you could be a fly on somebody's wall just for an hour, you know, I just love to be in there to see what went on. Because apparently, Juicy Jules says here, do you remember H saying Granny was like a monster or whatever it was he said about her? She wasn't very nice. And we also have seen Candace when she gets very angry. If the boys have seen this anger, this threatening behavior, people getting slapped about, you know, anything could have happened in that house after they got home, if they made it home. And it's all ifs and buts. But that photo has just bothered me from the beginning. Like,
yeah. There has to be a reason behind it. And the reason might be that she was just on Facebook looking through her photographs, and she didn't want people to know that she was sitting down on Facebook. But just come out and say that, you know, or just say why you deleted it. Like if she's nothing got to do with it, it's an easy question, you know. There's nothing hard about it. I was on Facebook, I posted a photograph, I deleted it afterwards. Whoop-de-doo. But like there has to be some reasoning behind it, like, and the fact that no one's even asked her.
Well, I remember back in June, I'm getting a little off topic here, but I was thinking about something, and I do know that the FBI Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team, I think they're called CARD.
Yeah.
They came in on June 25th. I think a few experts to research, you know, what is the statistics on her being abducted there. And I've emailed whoever's over the rapid deployment team. I haven't gotten any information back. They haven't said anything outside of what the TBI has said, but I'm asking, what is their procedure within the context of what the public can know? And I'm very interested to see what they respond with, because I think that that's going to give a lot of information as to why they haven't said anything about, you know, the potential abduction of her. That is not something I think that they're looking at, right? So that says a lot. The silence says a lot, because CARD would say something by now.
Yeah. I mean, do you think they're holding evidence that, do you think they've got something on them by now that they're keeping in the back pocket until they get a little bit more?
If they issued an Amber Alert and they didn't think it was an abduction, they still must think that she's in immediate danger.
Yeah.
So there must be some reason behind issuing the Amber Alert without thinking that it's an abduction or she wandered off. Like, did they think that it was some sort of transaction or something like that she was in immediate danger that way?
I mean, what do you make, guys, of the comment that Don made the other day regarding we've just got her back? How would you feel if you'd just got your daughter back? I mean, do you think that's another spinning of a narrative, creating more drama, or slip?
It sounds like a slip, but he's constantly doing it, isn't he, really? Like, there was at one stage I was trying to, and I still, part of me thinks that Don might be oblivious to what happened. But he doesn't help himself. He's a bit of an idiot sometimes in the stuff he says and the things he comes out with. He was on a live last week and he started dropping the N word, and then he tried to clarify himself and somehow made it even more racist. I think it was. Get her back from where? Like,
Yeah. Get her back. Keep thinking about that. Your mind spins with it all, doesn't it? It's just one of those cases. It's like the Chris Watts case. It's just there's just so much to it. You could go on forever.
Yeah, like, was he talking about? Probably not, because she's so young. But was he talking about even mentally? Like, was Summer just not in a good place for the last few weeks, and she just kind of came back around to being herself? And is that what he mean by she just kind of got her back? It's strange words to use. Like, why would you use those words? And it must mean something.
So they're just changing the subject slightly just for a second. Is anybody aware that there is a Russian website that has taken everybody's content on YouTube?
I heard
No.
someone from Prayer Gardens of America, I think her name is Gigi, went on Ziggy last night and went on panel, and I think it was the lab, Josh from the lab, and a few other creators that were blasting her. And she was saying something about YouTube being like our YouTube content being sold over to Russia and other countries. And she did sound a little loony, I'm going to be honest with you. But that's the only thing that I've ever heard. I'm pretty sure that I believe YouTube is in every language in every country. So I don't know why they would need to sell it to Russia. They could just get it and translate it. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I went on this morning and all of my videos are on there. I mean, one of them's got 64 million views. I don't know who's watching it or whether that's a load of rubbish, but it's really annoying to think that while those people are watching that, watching that channel, they're not watching it here, and they're taking away from all of us on YouTube. And I clicked in Amzi, Beloved, my channel, even Kat's channel, and she's just started, even the smaller channels. And me and Amzi were looking into it this morning. It's crazy. Crime Lines is on there. Doug, all the big channels, Molly Go Lightly, she's on there. Like, they've just ripped off all of our work. I mean, there's going to be absolute uproar. I mean, I've emailed YouTube but I mean, what they can do about it, I have no idea. I don't know.
I mean, does YouTube basically own the content that we create, right?
Well, I would
in
have
some way,
so, because it's their it's their what would you call it? It's their company. It's part of Google, isn't it? So
yeah.
without
when they
our
take those
videos,
fees,
they don't have much of a company going on, do they?
it gives me the vibes of like, okay, if you're monetized and we take a percentage of that fee from you, we're investing it back for you to have this platform. So they're kind of taking it as like stock in your work. And I think that that's how they get away with basically owning our content, a percentage of it. And so they could do whatever they want if we don't read the fine print of the contract when we start being monetized. So I'm not really sure about all of that, but I mean, really, YouTube can do, it's Google. They can do
It's
whatever they
literally
want.
like just uploaded the whole of YouTube to this, everybody's on there, as small as your channel is. And I don't know how you would copyright it, because it's a different company to Google, to YouTube. It's a completely different company. And I'm sure if I message them and say, what exactly are you doing? They're probably just sat on the back end in some basement hacking and sitting back and reaping the rewards. I don't know how it works, to be honest. But
They
it
must have
just
some big
seems
servers if they're after copying and pasting YouTube over.
exactly. It would have to be a big job. But I mean, even these, I've been looking, even the channels that aren't even monetized are on there.
Can you send me a link to that? Because I
Yeah,
haven't seen it at all.
I'll put it in the description after this video so you can go back and have a look.
I'm going to drop down there, guys, because my battery is on like 5% and I'm on my phone. But
yeah,
thanks
thank
for
you
having
so
me.
much for
And
coming up.
thanks for the people
and
there that
chatting.
subscribed as well. I got a few notifications there when I was on, so thanks for that.
That's nice. Yeah, come up again sometime.
I will. Have a good day.
All right,
Good
see
luck.
you
God bless.
soon. You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye. So yeah, I mean, did it annoy you? Have you seen your content on there, Eve?
I didn't even know about it until last night. So I'm sure it is, because some people are saying that they stole their videos and they're not even monetized or have no subs. So that's very odd.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tap your channel in now. So Eve EP. Or is it Eve EP True Crime?
True Crime with Eve EP.
Okay. True Crime with Eve EP. Oh, it's coming up, I think. Yeah, it's all in like
Another
Russian.
language.
True Crime with Eve EP. Yeah, you've got some tarot cards in front of you. Welcome to my channel, Eve EP Talk.
I've already updated that, so they're behind.
141 views. There's some other ones here. 1.2 million views.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're ripping off everybody's work. I mean, they've even got Eleanor Neal on here. Some really big channels like Real Stories. I mean, Eleanor's got like, they've got Crime Watch on. I mean, Eleanor's got like 3 million subscribers or something, and they've completely ripped her work off as well. It's going to be uproar. Can't believe there hasn't been.
That is a big deal. Definitely drop that link for me.
Yeah. So when I've finished and I've ended the broadcast, I'll put the link for everybody so you can go across and check it out. Check if whoever it is you follow is on there. I'm guessing they will be. And then you can tell them, put the word out, because I don't think even Amzi didn't know until this morning. And I told her, yeah, it's just copyright. It's copyright violation. Well, it feels like it. I mean, we spend our time and effort putting into things. We should be the ones getting the views.
It's funny because I do remember intellectual property law enforcement from the FBI back in 2010, 2012, something like that. I remember that they had a huge online bust basically in other countries that were, they had copyright infringement on U.S. citizens' social media stuff. So this isn't the first time. I think it's called piracy, anti-piracy. That warning seal at the very beginning of videos back in the day. Maybe we need to bring that back, I guess, because that's what they're saying we need to do. Like, you need to, watermark your stuff. So maybe
Yeah.
everyone needs to start doing that.
Well, Amza here that's just joined us, she did. Her stuff is protected. Amzi? Oh, she's dropped down. I don't know why. She disappeared. Probably internet issues. Come back up if you want, Ams. Yeah, so her photo, apparently the thumbnail is protected in some way, and she can sue them for actually using her photos. Or whether it's classed as a watermark, or I don't know. Come back up, Ams, if you want. We're about to finish in a second anyway, but hi, Chasing Justice. I didn't know if there were many people want to listen at this time of the day, to be honest, because it's 3 here, but I'm guessing it must be morning in the US. But I wanted to come on and just talk about that photo, talk about what we think could have gone on in that 15 minutes if that photo was uploaded at the time it said. I mean, I still think that that's the time it was uploaded, and I think that's the reason why she got rid of it, because it just makes her look ridiculous. Because she said she was searching before she rang, didn't she? For about 20 minutes or something, or she'd gone searching for Summer. Well, if she was searching for Summer, she can't have been if she was stood in the kitchen uploading photos of her.
Well, I think that there can be so many arguments against that claim. For instance, I had that photo in my drafts and the internet came on as I was trying to find her and it finally posted. I mean, there's so many things to disprove that, honestly, if you were looking at it from a court of law. And we don't know, but it's just very odd that you would delete it. Yeah. Why didn't you just say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," whatever. I don't know why this posted.
She made her stuff private. You know, that was the first thing she deleted, was that photo.
And it's the boys.
Just because I don't think she was supposed to be taking a photo of Summer. I think she was taking a photo of the boys, because when it's actually enlarged and you see the full thing, she's taking a photo of the boy with his gear on, whatever it is he's wearing there. It's like motorcycle gear. I don't know, a football looks like a new football outfit. Which I'm sure, didn't they say that they got some new football outfits or something as well? Like the day Summer went missing or the day before, didn't somebody buy them some football outfits? And I think that's what she was doing. And they just happened to catch Summer in that photo, because there wasn't a full picture of Summer. There was only just the arm and the dress. And I think when they saw it, they realized that she was in it. And that's the reason why they deleted it.
Yeah. Yep. There's just so many little things like this that I think are very intentional. Like I said before, there's so many little things that don't make any sense, that makes you scratch your head, and that's why we're here. I really truly think that they I don't feel like they're smart enough to pull off some big scheme to make a bunch of money off of Summer Wells. They'd have to have help. But whoever's behind that help, if that's the case, is kind of brilliant. I would say, because they really have us for a loop on here.
They do. And it's just this constant battle with us pointing out things that aren't correct or we don't see to be right. And then them dirty deleting things, changing narratives, doing silly pranks. I mean, have you ever seen anything like it with any cases you've ever watched?
Casey Anthony, the Kaylee Anthony case, that's probably
I didn't cover
why
that
I'm here today.
Was that a crazy one too?
Oh, it was just bananas. I mean, you had someone who was very sociopathic or narcissistic, and had an excuse for everything, and even when caught in a lie, threw this poor nanny under the bus that had nothing to do with it. And that's what it gives me, the same vibes of I just want to manipulate this so much and so hard that it makes everyone so discombobulated, and the public and the media discombobulated, that she gets scot-free from possibly murdering her child because of all of the chaos. And this is exactly what's happening with Summer Wells case. And it's just funny to me. I think about Casey Anthony a lot when I'm trying to figure out little tips and clues. There's a lot of similarities in the way Casey Anthony behaves and how Candace behaves, just in a different way.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, I didn't cover that, but I can imagine if they are narcissistic or they have mental health problems, these people, they seem to be crazy. They forget what they've said and what they haven't said. Either that or they're creating narratives. I don't know. So I did upload a couple of photos. Look what I've been doing today. Look, guys. I've been domesticated today. Look, I've got some beef in the oven with onions and potatoes, garlic, and a honey glaze. There you go. That's what I've been doing today.
That looks beautiful. Can you send that to me? Would it still be good if you shipped it to the US?
I've got to cook it first. If you want to fly over,
I'm down.
Yeah. Be ready at dinner time, okay?
Deal.
So this, I did screenshot a couple of these. So this is, can't really make it any bigger, but this is my channel on this KZ Read info. This is the channel. It's all, the channel's all in Russian, and they've got my channel on there. Look, Crime Stories Obsessed. They've got like 1 million and odd views for some of these videos. There's another one here. I think it's Crime Lines, this one. Not sure. Oh, it's Cat. Cat. They've got mine there from Christmas. This one's the Cat's channel. Cat's is on there. They've ripped off her channel as well. Oh, it makes me mad. But what can you do? We can't do anything, can we? Well, I'd like to think we can,
Wow.
but I wouldn't even know where to start. But I will
Big
put it
channels.
in. Yeah.
Bailey. Wow, that's ballsy. To put Bailey Sarah, and I think that's her name, the murder mystery and makeup.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because some of these bigger companies, they'll be afford to sue. You know, if you've got 3 million subscribers and you're making a good living off this, you can afford to take these people to court. I mean, how would you though, if they're in, you know, would you have to fly over to, Russia to take them to court? It's like, how would it work? I mean, surely they're in the wrong, but I don't know.
I think it would be the FBI would have to take over all of that, because it's such a huge amount of infringement. This is piracy. So I would say that this is definitely an FBI thing that would have to build a case against, you know, whoever this is.
Or you'd like to think YouTube would do something about it, you know, seeing as it's their company that's, you know, because with, like I said before, without our videos, what is YouTube? So we're making their company for them, aren't we? If you took away every single video off YouTube, they're not making any revenue. So you would have thought that they would be interested in trying to sort it out. But I mean, I've emailed them whether they look into it or not. Hopefully everybody else has as well. But I will put the link in the description box when I've finished so that you can check it out. But yeah, they've ripped off like all these big channels as well, you know, big ones. Yeah.
I don't know if, you know, the international laws conflict each other. I'm sure they do. But it doesn't matter. If we create our content here and our laws state that you can't, you know, redistribute or monetize off of it, there is no other way to, you know, talk yourself out of this one. It's straight up theft. So I don't know.
I'm just gonna. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I'm not impressed. I don't know what all this is about COVID vaccines. We're not talking about that. We're talking about YouTube. We're talking about YouTube. We're talking about Summer Wells. Timed out. Yeah, we don't want to know, May. We don't want to know. Right. Okay, so that's about as much as I can do today. I need to go and move around. So thank you for coming up, Eve.
Sure.
I always love chatting to you. Enjoy seeing your comments. And you just have to let me know I'll come on your channel sometime.
Absolutely. I'm going to share that neurobehavioral disorder with prenatal alcohol exposure. What I was saying in the chat earlier. I think it's something to definitely look at least, because there's a lot of similarities in what they found in adults with this disorder and how they behave. You'd be surprised. So I'll send that to you in an email. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being on. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll put the link for that in the description box if anybody wants to go across and check out this Russian site and how they've basically taken all of our videos. You can go across and check it out. And I will be back with you again soon. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye. Bye.